Whoa. It's the illusion reporting from Matrix Earth. We're gonna get into it today. I'm gonna do a little bit of spell breaking, if you will, and a little truth telling, a little obviousness, and all of the above. So I realize I got to kind of start putting these videos out in this versus the live stream because I'm getting bad signal, which makes sense. Makes sense, right? Whenever we're over the target, we get a bad signal. But so I wanted to talk about the J-6 video release. I want to talk about the Q shaman. I want to talk about the Civil War in the United States. And I want to talk about the broken justice system. And you can throw in all the other weird stuff going on here with who's competing in female sports and what's going on down at the public libraries, right? So, and I want this to be known. This is a white pill video, but you got to go through the black pill. I'm already past all this, but I see that it's relevant because inside of it, you can get a path forward, right? You can get a path out of the purgatory that is, right? So first off, let's start. As we know, it's obvious that the whole J-6 thing was a setup, right? That's if you check out what's going on with some of these trials right now, especially the one with the Proud Boys, and you look at some of this other stuff with the Ray Epps and just the release of the video footage. It was super obvious it was a setup. That was obvious back in the day, dude. I knew that was a setup because, that's the palace of the evildoers, right? Like, that's not our house anymore. That hasn't been our house for a long time, dude. Because we gave that authority away generations ago, man. Generations ago, we surrendered of the people, by the people, for the people. For easy Chinese-made goods, easy money, easy this, easy that, right? Just that. And so when you look at it, like, the setup was the day, of course, because that was the initial setup. But within these setups, there's multiple layers of setup going on. And so when you look at why these videotapes are why is 40,000 hours of videotapes being released? It's a multi-pronged attack on your consciousness, on your sovereignty, on your where you live, your ideals, what you base your whole reality premise on. Like, and one of the things that we base our thing on is justice, right? And so when you see the fact that this 40,000 hours of video footage from the Capitol, that people were prosecuted without having access to it, that's deliberate, by the way. That is to show you that the justice system is broken. It's gone, dude. The Constitution, the Bill of Rights, it's all gone, dude. And the reason that it's designed like that in an obvious way is to blackpill you, to make you feel hopeless, to make you just be like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Like, let me go shine my lead distribution unit. I gotta get all angry, dude. And the truth is that it's been like that for a long time, dude. It's just now it's that they can make it obvious because they want it to be obvious. They want you mad. They want you blackpilled. They want you disheartened. Because the Civil War, they've been talking a lot about, like, the Civil War in the United States. Yeah, that Tim Pool constantly talks about, a lot of these pundits, Marjorie Taylor Greene, articles in all these newspapers, for years now. There's civil war in the United States, dude. Dude, we're deep in it. We are so deep in the civil war that is the United States. There's no turning back from it. And again, it's not a physical thing. It's a spiritual civil war, right? And how do you get defeated? You lose hope. You lose your way with God. You lose the good news, right? To be joyous, to occupy the land, right? So all those people that are out there that think that there's some civil war coming, dude, it's here, dude. Look at what they're doing to the children. Look at what they're doing to the education system. Look what they're doing with justice. Look what the FBI is doing, dude. Like, the fact that the people of the United States has allowed the FBI to carry on as an entity since it's all been divulged what they did to MLK, JFK, Countertel Pro operations, what they did to Judy Berry, what they've done all along the way is mind-blowing. So again, that is the people of the United States choosing to not do anything about a super obvious problem. So you move it to this thing with J-6. Of course, the FBI infiltrated all these groups and made this thing happen and put their agents in the thing, because this is basic crowd dynamics. Go read Jim Morris, the book about Jim Morris and No One Gets Out of Here Alive, about how they organize people within the crowd to get the crowd to do certain things. This is basic group psychology stuff, and they're better at it than they were 50 years ago, for sure. So to think that the feds didn't come in and get this to happen is crazy, right? And so that gets you to this thing with the QAnon shaman guy, dude. Jacob whatever, dude. Isn't he an ex-Navy guy, dude? Like, interesting, right? So the QAnon shaman, right? Right there in that's that nameplate. The QAnon shaman should fully wake anyone up, or point the arrow, or flashing red, or whatever you want. The QAnon shaman. What's a shaman, dude? Spellcaster, dude. A shaman, dude. Because a shaman can also be a healer, right? A shaman could be a healer or a spellcaster. It's either or, depending upon, which direction you go. QAnon shaman. So the number one dude who's become the focal point of this J-6 and the videos and the whole thing of like, oh, he's being escorted through the Capitol, is literally a dude with a buffalo headdress on and face paint. Well, what's that? Again, this is tapping in to the United States ghost, which was the extermination of the original people, right? This is all tied together, dude, because the United States of America won't face its genocidal nature of how we got here with the elimination of the original people. QAnon shamans walking around with this buffalo headdress, stealing this thing. Why? Because, again, the Q thing's a spell from Jump Street, dude. I don't know who bought into that nonsense, dude. Like, I saw that as stupid from the very first moment I heard about it. But here we are, right? So once again, the Q tardation is back front and center, but it's with this shaman dude, right? Jacob Chansley. I'm sure you could dive into his name and find out more obvious stuff. But again, we're not here to wake anyone up. We're here to just reassure ourselves that we are way past the fail-safe point. We are way past the fail-safe point. The United States justice system has failed. Does that mean it's failed on the local level? No. Does that mean the government's failed on the local level? No. But the federal entity that is sucking all the oxygen out of the room is been compromised for a long time, dude. And unfortunately, the Coof rope-a-dope and the Orange Man rope-a-dope tricked all the people that used to stand up to that federal entity, which were not woke liberals, but standard liberal, middle-of-the-road United States citizens, dude. We were always against environmental degradation, big corporations, big pharma, big agri, all of these things, dude. And so here we are, the one group of opposition to the machine, if you will, has totally been just mind controlled into being just branch COVIDians, dude. Just yeah. And the reason that the truth's coming out on that is to force them more into their con job mentality, right? Like, because nobody wants to admit that they were wrong, dude. It's just, we've been so ingrained that, it's, you got to be right. You got to be right about everything. There's no self-reflection and this. So the people that bought into that hustle, they're not going to surrender it anytime soon. But because they won't surrender, it means that they have to ride with the big corporations, big pharma, big government, right? And that sort of split reality is insanity. That's like a schizophrenic, maybe I'm not using that right, but that's the mind battling itself all day long, which just people shut down. Just there's no bringing those people back, dude. The people that have signed up for the big pharma, big government hoax, no bringing them back, dude. I mean, maybe some of them wake up along the way, but the odds are that's pretty rough, because the truth of the whole thing is that you're going to have to get out and start living, man. LIVIN. And that's the whole thing that's going on here. Is this is where I think that most people can't see through it, is because of the short attention span theater, which is fully engineered to get people not to link all these pieces together and see that this is an orchestrated tapestry that's going on. And again, is the big with the global barcode and all that stuff. That's a hustle, dude. The whole global, that they're organizing all the health passports and the digital currency. That's a hustle too, dude, because that's it's like a multi-pronged thing where the whole trick that they're trying to get you to break free from is that you are fully empowered. How long have I been saying it on this channel, dude? You are the president of your reality. You are the president of the United States. You are the president of this reality, the leader of this reality. You just have to take leadership of your life, man. And so when you see these things going on, if you're not removed from it, if you haven't stepped out of the thing and been all right, I gotta do this with that, and you're still thinking that you're gonna save this thing, if you still think that there's gonna be some sort of moment where everybody lines up and we push back and and we go get him and we use our distribution units of lead and rah, dude, that moment came and went, dude. It was April in 2020, dude. April 15th, 2020. That was it. That was the official death knell, fork in the turkey, dude, of the whole thing, dude. Because that was them doing their thing, dude, that they had set up all along the way. They were let's see if we can get these people to just sit in their house and bitch and moan, dude. Instead of everybody should have walked out. The lefties, the wokesters, the right-wingers, everybody in America should have walked out of their house and said, enough, dude, enough. But they didn't. They didn't. They sat in there and argued amongst themselves, dude. We sat and argued amongst themselves, and then they let their little minions in their black ninja suits go and throw Molotov cocktails all summer long to drive the point home. to drive the point home. There will be no justice in the United States of America because there is no United States of America. There is no Constitution anymore. There is no more Bill of Rights. Yes, there's fragments of it here and there, but what I've said and I'll keep saying is the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, they're personal documents. Because if you can't embody them personally in your own personal, private, this reality, dude, with God, right? Because once again, the whole concept of the Bill of Rights and the Constitution is that God has already granted us the authority. They reaffirm this authority that God has granted to us. But if you don't take that authority personally, dude, next thing you know, you're attacking some building with a bunch of feds in Washington, walking around going, yeah, dude, look, 40,000 a tape. See, I told you so. See, I told you. But who? So again, is that was a sucker's play, dude. It's been a sucker's play for a long time. And again, the thing is not to walk away because you can't. There is no walking away from this reality. This is our life right here. But when you get in contact with the Godhead, your Lord and Savior, dude, whatever that is for you, because you got to have at least be able to go in that direction to get out of this hustle down here, right? Because when you see it, dude, when you see how obvious the scam is. Oh, look, Kevin McCarthy. So let's get this straight. Let's just again, I got to come back down to the terrestrial level and bring, because, I'm going to go busy and get my, I got to work on the farm today. Big rainstorm coming, right? So, but let's get this straight, dude. Kevin McCarthy, Speaker of the House, the big drama about the thing, they fight the thing and get these videos released, right? They turn them over to Tucker Carlson, right? Fox News, dude. They didn't download them. They didn't public access them, did they? No, they gave them to Tucker. They didn't do a Julian Assange dump. Speaking of Julian Assange, dude, let's not even go down that bunny hole for a moment. So, dude, the way it used to work was the data dump. That 40,000 of hours of video surveillance should have been released to the American public. Not Tucker freaking Carlson, dude. He's got a good shtick and yeah, whatever. But, dude, you think that dude's not in on it like the Orange Man? You think that that's the dude who's going to save you, dude? Is some dude who used to wear a bow tie once upon a time? No, dude. He's another minion in the hustle, just like the Orange Man, just like the rest of them, because the point is to demoralize you. This is all a giant ritualistic, demoralizing ritual going on in full speed. Why is it happening now, dude? Spring, dude. Spring. It's supposed to get you sitting at your home, not paying attention and being like, oh my God, instead of out planting your crops, instead of figuring out how to get stuff to grow, dude. How to get ready to take care of yourself. Because if you're busy saving that system, right, then you're not busy building a new system. And the new system we have to build is about forgiveness, right? We have to forgive that system. We've all benefited from it. We've all played along. We've all participated in it. We've all enjoyed their movies and their gas and their vacations and their images and their music and the whole thing. There's no shame in that. It's just to understand that, it's time to move past it, dude. That was tiddlywinks, dude. It's time to get into the big picture of life, which is what they've convinced you that you wanted life easy. No, you didn't come down here to have life be easy. You came down here to get home with God. You came down here to learn the truth that God has always loved you, because for some reason we all forgot this and thought this would be a cool little adventure down here with, picks and shovels so that we could, ultimately build a society to play video games? It doesn't make any sense, dude. So we're way past the crossroads, dude. The convergence was what? 3 years ago, 2 years ago. All of this we're already way past it. So don't think for a minute that there's going to be some civil war. We're in it, dude. We're way deep in it, dude. Why do you think there's a bunch of dudes running around in dresses at the White House on International Women's Day, dude? Just ask yourself that, dude. Why is the dude who works at one of the, federal agencies just some luggage thief, cross-dresser, dude? Why do you think all of this is going on? Not because it's about it's designed to demoralize you. It's designed to get you to forget the truth, that they don't matter. They've never mattered, because the whole concept of us forming this thing and a community, and this is of the people, by the people, for the people. That premise right there, that simple statement, that can be applied anywhere, at any time, with anything, because that's about all working together. And you can't work together if you don't have a spiritual component. Like, that's the thing. If you're not with God, if you're not with God, working together with a group of people that makes it almost impossible to get anything done. Like, the unifying force of how all this stuff got done was people working with God, being accountable to God. And I know, like, oh man, yeah, but that's what it's all about, because if you're accountable to God, you're accountable to yourself. And if you're accountable to yourself, you're accountable to your family. And if you're accountable to your family, you can be accountable to your community. And if you're accountable to your community, you can be accountable to your county, and blah, 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 right? But the thing is nobody wants to be accountable before God, right? That's how come you've got the QAnon shaman front and center, because that is not God. That is the exact opposite of God. But you have all these people that are going to claim to be like Christians and conservatives, and being like, oh my God, we got it. Like, look at this miscarriage of justice, dude. Yeah, you're supposed to focus on, you're supposed to clutch your pearls and be like, oh my God, like, we're being conquered, dude. You've been conquered, dude. You got conquered decades ago, dude. It happened in the real conquering of it all was when you go look at who the CIA and the feds offed in the 60s, dude. Why? How did they get away with that? Because everybody was busy taking acid, smoking weed, listening to Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, dude. Listen, that's how they did it, dude. They filled the people with a bunch of twinkly, sparkly trippiness and said, dude, this is the alternative culture, bro. Look, you're gonna break free, just get loaded and bang each other and just, yeah. Here we are, dude. Just the degeneration of all of it, dude, because that was the first trick, weaponized anthropology. Convince people that the way to freedom is to not take responsibility and just be a degenerate, dude. So here we are, man. The white pill. What is the white pill, dude? Get busy living, dude. Get busy living. Go take a walk outside and figure out what foods you're going to grow in your house, in your closet, on your windowsill. Figure out how you're going to deal with your own addictions to this system. We're all addicted to the system. I'm addicted to going to the Chinese military base where you buy bulk building supplies, dude. We're all spun on the thing, and we're all going to be horrified when it finally does sputter to the stop if we don't prepare now. And again, this is like a slow burn, dude. So you've got, if you start today, look, it comes down to this thing, dude. There's the warbirds flying right over us, dude. There's a truth right there, dude. You think that thing's gonna stop anytime soon, dude? So, no one's coming to save you, man. God, if you choose to understand, already saved you. But you gotta go and humble yourself before God and admit the truth that you've been operating on self-will, and You're just done doing that, dude. So no one's coming to save you, dude. The alphabet organizations, the justice systems, the little funny pieces of paper, the little constitutional handbooks, the little dudes waving flags and bumper stickers and all that kind of stuff, they ain't gonna save you, dude. You gotta save yourself, dude. You gotta start learning how to live, dude. And yeah, it's about realizing that you're gonna have to use your hands, that you're gonna have to do a bunch of work, dude. But you know what? That's the reward. The mountains don't care, dude. That's the genius of it all. That is the genius of it all. So this is all deliberate psyop, dude, to get you to feel disheartened or to get you to ignore it, dude. Like the hottest thing is the people that aren't even to the point of paying attention are triple lost. It's one thing if you're not paying attention because you're busy farming and you're at home with your family, dude, reading the Bible at night or doing whatever godliness you got to do. That makes total sense, dude. Don't even worry about it, dude, because you've already heard the good news, dude. If you're being of service and helping your community and rejoicing in the glory, dude, you don't need to pay attention. But for everybody else who doesn't want to pay attention and they're not rejoicing in the glory, dude, goners, man. Goners, dude. So yeah, go learn a new flip trick or paddle out or whatever and just pretend that it's all going to be okay. And it will, of course. That's the nature of this human reality, dude. But if you want it to be all right for our children and our grandchildren and our children's grandchildren's grandchildren's children, then you got to get busy living. All right, this is The Illusion signing off. There's a new button down below if you want to support this channel. It's the like thing or whatever. Remember, use the name tags, be kind, just get busy living, everybody. Links down below if you want to support the channel.